Welcome to another episode of the StarSpirit Podcast. Here you can experience African spiritual healing wisdom because Nana channels Angel Tigare. So we welcome Nana Korantemaa Ayeboafo, the Okomfo, who's able to channel Nana Boafo Tigare. And we also want to acknowledge our ancestors, and we want to claim our birthright, our heritage, which is this African spiritual healing wisdom that our ancestors lived by and knew in their communities. Communities that unfortunately experienced destruction, the violence of enslavement. And so this information was not passed on generation after generation, but while some may have thought it was lost or forgotten, it merely was not transmitted. And so we're just delighted to be able to have the opportunity to share this wisdom here. I want to remind you to subscribe to our channel, to like us, to share the video with others, and also to comment. So we want to also just acknowledge that the Asona Aberade Shrine is our producer, and that there's also a non-sectarian arm called StarSpirit, which produces, which has a press that also puts out our books and our CDs. And so we want to acknowledge that it is Nana Okomfo Nana who founded the Asona Aberade Shrine with her elders in 1977, and also trained Nana Korantemaa Ayeboafo, and that Nana Korantemaa Ayeboafo is now the living representative of her spiritual mother and mentor as the Okomfo of North America. So this book about Nana Oparibia's life is also available for your enjoyment. So today we're going to focus on the book, Celestial Prophecies, Ancient Wisdom, from Nana A.C. Ketewa, channeled from the third quarter of the heavens by Nana Korantemaa Ayeboafo. So you can order this book by going to the link and also our other books in the description below. And just a brief reminder that the kind of experience of channeling and having questions answered is something that you too can experience by emailing nana@starspirit.org. So we're going to follow a protocol where I'm going to offer some quotes from the book Celestial Prophecies, and then ask the Okomfo to pose a question or to answer a question for Boafo Tigare to answer. So Nana A.C. discusses in her book Celestial Prophecies how there are amazing spectacles occurring in the heavens that humanity will witness. It is favorable to acknowledge the resulting vibrations that favorably impact the lives of those who desire to raise their personal vibration. Meanwhile, celestial beings facilitate the flow of information from one plane to another. Okomfo asked Boafo Tigare to assist us in expanding our human awareness to encompass this information about amazing spectacles occurring in the heavens and the vibrations and information available to us.
Yes. Nana AC is reminding human beings that the environment that is beyond the physical really affects what is going on the planet. And that before there were airplanes, helicopters, and submarines, things that go deep in the water. before these man-made modes of transportation happening in the environment, there are celestial beings that you cannot see with the physical eye. And as the energy and frequency of the earth and the universe rises, the sensitivity and awareness of human beings also expands. And this will enable you to see things that were there already. And because of your uninterest in these things, you didn't notice them. And now with the higher technology, with telescopes and other apparatus, satellites? Yes. Other apparatus to see beyond the physical, more of those other or outer space things were there can be now seen. And even the other planets, along with the sun and the moon that nobody can deny is there. There are other live beings within the environment that has effect on nature and what is other live beings, natural beings that are on the earth. Because these beings, because these alive entities are there, they too broadcast or they transmit an energy that many times are favorable to human beings. Some energies, some entities vibrate information that is unfavorable. However, now at this time, human beings are encouraged to look up and see what is around you. Do not take for granted that there is more within your environment than just what is close to you. Because all these entities have an effect. And take, for example, if the sun decides not to shine at all, is it possible? So do not take for granted. We know that when we see the sunshine, oh, everyone is so grateful, so happy, unless it is very intense. Then people are fanning themselves. Oh, it's too much sun. You see, however, what happens if the sun says, today I'm taking the day off and there's no sun? Everyone would become aware that something is going on in my environment. So Nana AC is saying, wake up now and find out what is going on around you, what is in your environment, and see how all that is life for you has a very diverse activity and experience and planes of existence that create your world.
Well, I know we're all very grateful right now for the sun, that's for sure. But one of the things that occurs to me is the extent to which the Great Awakening involves human beings vibrating at a higher frequency, the planet vibrating at a higher frequency. You introduce this concept of an accompanying increase in human being sensitivity, and that this is what is allowing us to perceive things that have been there all along. So very, very, very powerful information. Nana AC also informs us that the changes occurring at this time include all of our internal organs, as well as the dimensions of the psyche and mind. Okomfo asked Boafo Tigare to elaborate on these changes.
The changes of the body,
Yes.
the changes of the mind, the changes of the seasons. All of these things are the natural movement of life. And even the changes in your own personal dispositions. All of these are natural experiences that communicate, number one, that all things in life are one. And more than that, for human beings, all things are cyclical. Just as you see the seasons change, so your life, from the embryo to the newborn, infant, to the toddler, to the youth, to the young adult, and then to the exit. This is cyclical. It happens for everyone. And as these cycles change, your personal needs as a human being also change. Children, toddlers, do not have to tell you that they are counting on you for everything. However, when they grow and become young adults, they can tell you, I don't need you, Mom, telling me what to do so much. I don't need you, Dad, to tell me what to do so much. So everything is cyclical, and seasons are there for each and every one. This is the process of growth, and it is natural.
So humanity is actually going through a new developmental phase in this time of the Great Awakening. Nana AC talks about how we as human beings should be aware of a change occurring during this era of the Great Awakening that involves a profound sensitivity between members of the same species. Because of this profound sensitivity among human beings, it is almost as if one can hear what another is thinking. Okomfo asked Boafo Tigare to explain this increase and what we might call mental telepathy.
Yes. Nana C is speaking about the growth and evolution of all living things. And as we are moving towards the cycle of the golden age, more and more people must become aware of their full capacity, meaning that because you are more than just your physical self, your mind must become more open. Your awareness must increase, like your sensitivity to vibrations, and all things must also mature, because humanity will move as one unit, meaning that when there is just a small number of human beings that are aware and moving, that golden age will not be reached until there is critical mass of people that are becoming aware, that are sensitive to their environment, that see themselves as one with each other, that can remove the mechanisms of separation that they have been programmed to allow to exist. When human beings let go of these impediments to the maturing to what is beneficial, what is natural, as their awareness increases, as their consciousness increases, and they begin to embrace the truth of themselves, that is when you will see the golden age. So the period that Nana AC is speaking of is now. You are in the phase of the awakening, where people are waking up, okay, where they are accepting those things that they were told that was artificial. That term, not artificial, but unbeneficial. We were programmed to say, oh, forget about that. That doesn't have meaning. And many times it was a lie. And so humanity is awakening from their slumber and their imprisonment or bondage of the lies and inequities.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. So what an illumination to hear that what's critical to the manifestation of the golden age is this critical mass. And so those of you who are members of our listening audience, we ask you to assist in the expansion, in the achievement of this critical mass, in helping to bring about this golden age. And that's where it comes to subscribe, like us, but most importantly, share this video with others so that we can attain that critical mass, so that this African spiritual healing wisdom is something that we reclaim as our birthright, reclaim as our heritage, and utilize for the ongoing expansion of our consciousness and for the achievement of our highest potential and fulfilling our purpose to be co-creators. So let's co-create and let's bring about this golden age. And so in addition to liking and sharing and subscribing and commenting, answer this question. What touched you the most? What struck you the most in this particular episode? Please comment. In addition, I just want to remind you that you can have your own experience of having your personal questions answered by arranging a spiritual reading with Nana Korantemaa Ayeboafo by telephone. Email her at nana@starspirit.org. Remember that you can go to the description. You'll see a link where you could donate or make a contribution, something that may perhaps you're moved to do from your heart to help us in spreading the word and achieving that critical mass for the golden age. Remember, you can follow a link to purchase the book, Celestial Prophecies, or the book about Nana Aberade and her life. And finally, I just want to express my deepest heartfelt gratitude. I'm sending you the deepest gratitude and my love from the core of my heart, broadcasting to you that love which says, thank you for being a member of our listening audience. Thank you for sharing this video.